This is the long-awaited Tesla Robotaxi. I think we can all agree its sleek looks and memorable appearance will go down in history as one of the best looking banana cars of all time, even better than this one. But fear not, Tesla fans, believe it or not, this is a vehicle in disguise. I know, who'd have thought it? Most companies disguise their cars like this, not Tesla. They like to do things a little differently by covering their cars in boxes, polystyrene foam, goodness knows what else is scattered around the factories, before shrink wrapping it into an oblivion. Hats off to Tesla's cobbling together abilities alongside their genius. But even with a disguise as good as this one, there's still plenty to discuss. Let's get into it. But come to think about it, how does anyone get in and out? There's no door seal. Oh, that's right, nobody needs to get in this one. It's fully autonomous and there's no controls in it anyway. Tesla is testing this heavily camouflaged cybercab Robotaxi on the Warner Brothers lot, which is where the grand reveal of the Robotaxi is going to be held on the 10th of October. Credit to Boopity Mop, who works at Warner Brothers Studios in LA and took this sneaky photo. It looks likely that Tesla have chosen the Warner Brothers studio to demo the cybercab due to its network of non-public roads, where guests might be treated to a short ride around the area, perhaps through the Warner Village, past the famous Friends Fountain, onto a New York street set and end up at ER's ambulance bay. One thing's for sure, this event's going to look flipping brilliant with backdrops like this, eh? The first thing I noticed when seeing this picture is the wheels. We've definitely got a bigger wheel at the back and a smaller wheel at the front, haven't we? Giving just enough room for a single door by the looks of it on each side. So why would they do staggered wheels? Is it to do with performance and handling? I'd suggest not. As a dedicated Robotaxi, you don't need crazy performance in a vehicle like this, do you? You won't even have the ability to drive it super fast, so why would you need staggered tyres for that performance? It's not a Model 3 Ludicrous, for example, which does also have staggered tyres. Best guess from me is that it's a simple efficiency and cost saving. If you've got a smaller front wheel, smaller tyre, smaller brakes, it's all going to add up, isn't it? If you're penny pinching, as Tesla do in their manufacturing process, any slight saving can make a massive difference when you're talking about producing millions and millions of these vehicles. And if this is a standard size wheel, for example, it doesn't look like there's enough space to accommodate it at the front. Of course, it could play a role in how the vehicle's weight is distributed, affecting how it handles in autonomous scenarios, especially in situations requiring sudden manoeuvres or in various weather conditions. Or could it simply be optimised for maintenance and tyre wear in a fleet setting, i.e. smaller front wheels, saves weight, gives greater efficiency, less cost to maintain? Let me know in the comments below if you can shed some light as to why on earth it's got staggered wheels. No doubt though, there will be a reason. Form follows functionality in all of Tesla's designs. I don't think it's simply for aesthetics. I did originally think, as this Robotaxi concept image suggests, that it would be a three-wheeler with just one single, possibly wide rear tyre at the back there, giving the car plenty of stability for just cruising around at Robotaxi speeds. Remember, this car is not built for handling and performance. It's just built for a dedicated Robotaxi for pootling around cities and just on highways at standard speeds. No doubt the handling would be just fine like this. The only thing that I sort of not considered before was the safety of this vehicle if it was hit by others. So in a collision, for example, and if it was hit at the rear end somewhere, this could potentially flip the vehicle and lose the sort of stable stance that you'd have from a four-wheeled vehicle. Purely from a safety point of view, that's perhaps why they're not going with the three-wheeled version. It certainly looks to me that this would be a two-door, two-seater vehicle. The majority of taxi rides are for one or two people, so it makes total sense. Otherwise, you're mostly carrying around 4 extra seats for no reason at all. There could be another type of Robotaxi available, like a minibus style, for example. I'm sure a sort of modular system that could sit on top of the Generation 3 platform could allow for a variety of different type of taxis eventually. Whether we get to see them on the day or not is another thing. Perhaps we'll just see this. But of course, if there was more than 2 of you in your party, you'd just order a couple of Robotaxis, wouldn't you? Having just 2 seats in the Robotaxi will provide a very spacious cabin. Remember, no steering wheel intrusion, no pedals, plus Tesla's brilliantly efficient use of space, as they've done with the 3 and Y, with that dashboard that's pushed forward to give more internal space. I think internal space for the Robotaxi will be surprisingly good, especially given the really small external dimensions, which we'll get to in a minute. There's no doubt it will have a very large rear trunk. Given there's no back seats, of course, there will be plenty of room for luggage in the rear. I'm not entirely sure whether it would have or need a frunk, to be honest. Possibly not. Boopity Mop also confirmed that it had a rear tail light similar to that of a Cybertruck, although we didn't get a photo of it. That's a shame. Oh, and here's a bit of seat speculation. Remember Tesla's new base model interior with fabric seats in the Model 3 rear-wheel drive for Mexico? Could these also be for the Robotaxi? Or do you think for cleanability's sake they'll stick to vegan leather? Trouble is, what if someone gets a bit queasy on their first Robotaxi experience and throws up all over the cloth seats? Be far easier scooping it out, wouldn't it, cleaning it, if you're talking vegan leather. Ugh. Oh, there's a lovely job for someone, isn't it? Let's hope it's Optimus robots before long. I can't really speculate too much on the doors because there's nothing to see, is there? But do you think they will have butterfly doors, as this picture suggests? It really would surprise me if they did this because it adds complexity. It's unnecessary. It's expensive. It's not really practical for getting in and out of, but undoubtedly it's cool. So there is that. Oh, and I love this. Over on X, VK asked Grok the question, assuming that stop sign on the road is regulation size, what are the dimensions of the vehicle in the picture? And Grok spat out a hopefully accurate answer. We shall see in the future if it's correct, but it assumes that the length is 3.35 metres, which is around 11 feet, and it's got a width of 1.52 metres, around 5 feet. A Model Y, for example, is 4.75 metres long and 2.12 metres wide, including mirrors. That's quite a difference, isn't it? And going from that, we already know that the Model 2 $25,000 Tesla will also be built on this platform. So that's great news for people in Europe and China who just are dying for a smaller, cheaper Tesla. Mum and Dad, I'm thinking of you. You can perhaps judge the size a little better on this photo. So just look at how small this is compared to the Model Y behind it. Smaller vehicle, less mass, less materials, lighter vehicle, fewer batteries needed to travel, smaller battery pack, efficiency all round, inexpensive and fast production. There's nothing but benefits to Tesla by shrinking this vehicle. Let me run through a few things of what we already know. Tesla will be the sole operator of the Robotaxi network service. The service will be integrated into Tesla's app for anyone with a phone. All purpose-built Robotaxis will be owned, operated and maintained by Tesla for Tesla. They won't be available for sale to others. Owners of passenger Tesla vehicles with hardware 3 and above will be able to opt into having their Teslas participate in Tesla's service. Tesla, of course, has already showed us what the ride-hail part of the app will look like. Firstly, you'll be able to summon a Tesla to your location wherever you are just using the phone's app. It'll tell you exactly how far away the car is to you. You'll be able to set the interior climate. And of course, it'll let you know when it's arriving. And once in the car, it'll let you know exactly how far away your destination is and even play your own music. How cool is that? Obviously, I'm really excited to see what Tesla are going to show us on the actual event itself, but I'm also hopeful to hear more about a Tesla App Store for third-party developers, which would essentially function as a platform where developers can create, distribute and monetize applications specifically designed for Tesla vehicles, opening up an enormous opportunity for both Tesla and developers, plus of course giving customers more amazing apps to use straight from the screen. I'd love to hear when Grok is going to be integrated into Teslas. We might finally get a capable, useful voice command system at last. A huge leap, I hope, from Amazon's Alexa, Siri or Google Assistant. Sorry if they're all going off at you. And I know this event isn't about it, but I'm really hoping to hear just a bit more about the low-cost passenger car model that Tesla have promised us next year. I see and hear comments all the time regarding Tesla, with people saying, that's not going to happen, never going to do that, it's years away. Do you remember when people said the Cybertruck would never be made? And currently we're seeing 200 Cybertrucks being produced every day, 1,400 per week, or 73,000 per year. I know a lot of people are going to be sceptical about this Robotaxi being produced in the millions, but I think it's going to happen. On the Q3 2023 earnings conference call, Elon said that the next generation vehicle will swiftly exceed the production of all our other vehicles combined. And with a car like this, and a compact, smaller, cheaper Tesla, I think he's absolutely right. Do you see what this vehicle represents? If all goes to plan here, these autonomous Robotaxis could be in every town and city around the world, sitting within its own network of charging and cleaning hubs, and be possibly the cheapest form of travel wherever you need to go. No driver to pay, no expensive fuel or maintenance costs, as we already know an electric vehicle is far cheaper to run than anything else. Just consider the cost of electricity if Tesla were to harness solar and use their own battery storage systems to power all Robotaxis. The cost to run these things would be minuscule, savings which could be passed on to the customer. You might be looking at the most valuable car in history in terms of revenue generation. What's fascinating to me is not only what Tesla is doing, building and working on, etc., but the fact that people still don't believe what's coming until they see it for themselves, feel it, go in it perhaps. And then the crazy idea of Tesla robotaxis will go from stupidly impossible to merely, oh yeah, they made one, but can they build millions? Yes, they'll do that. And but can they build billions? Even when Tesla or Elon Musk or SpaceX, for example, reach impossible goals, shout out to the recent Polaris Dawn mission, absolutely incredible. I still don't feel like Tesla, SpaceX, Elon Musk get the credibility they deserve. Hence my mild frustration when I see things like this. I couldn't help but respond to Joe Rogan and Chris Harris's chat about electric vehicles. For me, it was a combination of long debunked nonsense and shock to hear from two supposedly knowledgeable car guys. But if you want to watch it, you're going to have to join me on Patreon for as little as $3 a month for loads of bonus content, Q&As, meetups and more. Link in the description below if you want to show some support. Thank you so much. If you want to see a bit more speculation and information on the Robotaxi, click this one next. Or if you want to explore the idea that the 20k Tesla will bankrupt Tesla, click this. I'm Will, this is the Tesla Jigsaw. Thank you, patrons. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.